New project. We got a rotted garage wall. Customers, we're going to take this wall out. It's a triple 2x10 here supporting the rafters. Another one back here. And this wall, just shake that wall, Dawson. No, there's nothing down there. The sill's all gone, all rotten. We're going to tear this off and reframe it. Put some sheathing on it. Do a little jack and get it straight. And then this has a pavement on the floor. I've seen that before in the garage. We see how it's all rolled off. You may have to put blocks in or treated base or something here to fix this. Alright, we're using a wide board for a form. We're approximately 12 inches deep here. We're hooking onto the corner of the building, putting wailers on. We got our stakes in. We got our string on, and it's bowed in about 1/8 of an inch, and the weight of the concrete's gonna pull that over. So that should work good. We're gonna drill in, put our rebar on both ends, tie our rebar off. This should work good. We're gonna fill it. We got a pallet of 80-pound, 4,000-pound ready mix quickcrete we're gonna put in there. This wire goes to this shed. We're just gonna leave it in the hole. And if he ever loses power, he'll have to run power out here properly, but that's indoor wire on the ground. But we're gonna put a bunch of wailers down to hold it from kicking out. It's only 12 inches, but sometimes you have a form blowout, and we don't want that. Dawson's putting some wire ties on here to hook our rebar together. He lifts up and pulls on it. Get some tension. Don't worry about twisting it so much, but get the tension, and then he'll bend it down out of the way. And see how it holds our rebar up better. Now we're going to do all the runs like that. We're overlapping at least 1 foot. Well, we didn't weld up a square like we probably should have. But this is irregular down through here. It gets tight and wide. But we're secured in the 4 ends. We got paper separating the wood. Same thing. We had that wire just thrown down in there. We got it tied to some verticals. That'll keep it from trying to move out. And we got 4 rows and they're overlapped. So it should be pretty rugged. Our form is leaning in about 1/4 of an inch. When we get some pressure against it, it's going to push it out. It should work really good. And then we're going to get it all flat and start mixing. All right, we rigged up a little dump. We'll stay right on the trailer and do it.
Ready?
Does that look pretty good? All right, let it rip. That'll keep it mostly off the driveway. All right, now we're just placing it in, and I'm getting to pack down around the rebar, and then I'll tap the form board on the outside to get rid of the air bubbles. She's coming out pretty good. Our form's staying nice and straight. We're dumping her in there. And I'm tucking it so it can go down underneath this blacktop. And underneath the blacktop is about 2 inches of concrete. So I'm filling that little void in there by doing this. And then the homeowner wants me to just float this off. So that's what we did. That way we don't have to come back in with coal patch and patch this up. So it should turn out pretty good. I'll hit it with a steel trowel in a little bit. And it looks like we got about 3 more bags, finish this up. So we figured about 33 bags. We decided to buy a pallet of 42 because you get 10%. And if we didn't have enough, then we would have enough. So not a big deal. And they had 4 open bags for $1 a bag. We bought them. We used them up first. And it's coming along good. So I want to cover this tonight. I'll steel trowel a little bit and I'll cover it. I'm not even going to edge it because it's not necessary. We're going to take the form off. We're going to set our treated plate, and then the sheathing's going to go beside it. So we're going to be fine. Right, Dawson? Pretty dusty? He's got his mask on over there. All right, we got it all troweled out and we got our tarp on it. They're expecting rain tonight or tomorrow, so I'm going to make sure nothing gets in it while it's setting up. We're going to let it dry slow, no sun on it. and we'll be back. We'll skip a day and we'll be back to build that wall and do a little jack in here. All right, we're taking these forms off. Let's see what we look like here. We had some rain shower. Ooh, not bad, huh? Pretty heavy. There's one screw in the end of this one yet. Not too bad in the air pocket, so we could touch that up, I guess. We tapped her pretty good. Not bad. We got a little nose blowout here we'll clean up. Probably not necessary because it was dirt we dug out. Now we're going to cut the paper off and flush this up. We'll use that utility knife, cut this paper, and then we'll clean up our stuff. Then we're going to start framing this wall. What we got is, we got our sill gasket. We're framing up the wall 16 on center. And that wall's not plumb. So we got to adjust 1 inch difference, top to bottom plate. We took off the double header here, which was on edge. It wasn't really a header, 2x4. And now we can, when we jack this up, we can get that 1 inch of sag out of it. Out of nails. We're on unlevel blacktop in here, so it's a little harder to frame than a flat wood floor, but this is going to give us our sheathing to go beyond the end. Line up at 4 foot on center. It'd be nice if we could sheath it first, but I'm not sure we can and fit it up in there because the sheathing is going to go down below the concrete a little, and then we're going to hit the rafters. I just don't know. All the rafters aren't the same thickness. You see the tails up there. So I'm going to calculate that, see if it works. It'd be nice if we can put our sheathing on and stand the whole wall up at a square. All right. We're lining the sheathing up at the top. It's going to hang down almost 2 inches over our concrete. We're 1 inch taper, so we had to rip that on a taper. We line up our top, 16 on center, nail 6 inches perimeter, 8 inches centers. We get over here. We can't do this whole wall. There's a lot of stuff in the way. So we're going to try to do this. It's getting kind of heavy here, we think. We got a little more room. We should be able to get the nail gun here because this little building's on an angle here. But there, we couldn't even fit the nail gun once that stood up. So we're going to try to lift this up, leave it on our gasket, get it up in place, and then put a safety lock on it, and then we're going to try to tap it up in place. All right, we used the hydraulic jack on the bigger rafter here, and it went right up. So now we're lining up. We're putting GRK big bolts in through the sidewall. We're using the redhead bankers, and we're going to secure it right to the rafters. Go ahead and screw that one in. And then we'll probably put like one in each rafter. Dawson's having a sandwich over there. Here's our wall. We got one up. We can't set both up because we got to fit this end past this wall and that past that wall. And when we do the steel, we're going to put steel coming to about the end of the building is what he wants. It's going to be about 12 foot. And then this is going to be vinyl siding to match the house over there. So this wall, we're going to have to stand it up and do the sheathing outside because we got a sag right here. We can't put our jacks in the way and then try to bring the wall out. So I'm going to do it in that order. All right, we got 4 sheets OSB on there. We're leaving an opening in the wall. What we're going to do now is Dawson's going to put that J channel up flush with the end of the building, and then we're going to start putting our steel on. If you look up here, this shed is put in here a little crooked. We don't know if it's shifted. It doesn't matter to me, but it's crooked. And the roof water comes off and it gets ice buildup down between these buildings. And that's what helped rot this little beam out under here. And our footing turned out pretty nice. Concrete. But we're going to put roofing steel from the corner this way. and it's going to stop roughly right here, probably just past this seam. And we're going to put an outside corner on, and then the homeowner wants to vinyl side, actually this seam, and the homeowner wants to vinyl side the rest of it himself later in the summer. So I guess we got to do the soffit, but we can't do the soffit yet because we don't have the material. So I'm just going to push this up. He's going to use the air stapler, 1/4 inch crown, and put them up. So we're doing like the homeowner wants. We got the J channel. I got 7/8 up there. That way our roof and steel will fit in. Our building end is a little out of plumb, right? The bottom was kicked out almost 1 inch.
Yeah.
So we don't want the steel sticking out. We're going to put it up and level it up inside there and make sure it goes down past our sheathing. And then, you know, the concrete, we don't care. So lift it right up in there. It's really tight. It's only 15 inches of room in here to work. So he's going to get it there. I'm going to start the first screw. We're going to check it for plumb. So we measured to get them symmetrical, even. I don't like crooked screws. And Dawson's not overdriving them and denting the crap out of them, bending the washer. So we're gonna, that's our first sheet, and he's leaning here because it's only, what, 15 inches in there. Yep. That we're gonna do the outside corner next so that we're not abusing our metal by banging going by it. And the outside corner is going to be a little longer on the other side. So give me a number. We'll come down 1 inch below the metal with a number.
Okay.
So it's probably going to be like 97 on this side. And then figure out what the other side you want to cut like. Because these are 10.5 foot sheets. A little tight in there, isn't it, Spanky? So I'm marking these off. Some of them I put a little dim. I like them uniform. And then I'm doing the flat on the left. And then they'll work out pretty good. And to say the flat on the right, that when we overlap, when he looks down through here, he won't be able to see a seam, and he'll think it looks all uniform and pretty, right?
Yep.
He'll be happy. So we hook it over, I slide it up, Dawson will screw it on. If it was a roof, what materials we use on a roof, Dawson?
We use Sill and butyl tape.
Yeah, we use butyl tape on the seams so that no air or water can leak in. I gotta hold it for him, he hasn't got enough hands here. Nice having sheathing under it versus purlins, right? Yeah. Homeowner wanted sheathing. I was going to do purlins, and better yet, you know, it makes a stronger wall. But that's the last of the screws.
Yeah, now I got to do that one.
I think you got another row of screws right here.
Oh yeah, we're only going to this point. Yeah.
Yeah, they want to. He wanted to stop flush with this building, and the soffit was all. What was the soffit? Missing here, wasn't it? We didn't take it down, did we?
No, it was missing.
So as you look up there, we got 1, 2, 3 different roofs on there. You see they left the drip edge every time, Dawson? Just kept going over and over. Oh boy. But what we got is we got some critters getting in here. You know, we got birds and chipmunks, whatever, getting in here. Just like the neighbor's barn up there. You see the soffit there? They just go right up in that, see that hole? And you're not back here. Nobody lives here. That's where you get woodchucks, whatever. You don't back off. So we're going to put up a soffit. We're probably going to sister on some boards so we can get a straight flush line. And probably rip some plywood or whatever he wants and put that up. But not today. We got to come back and fix this wall now. Right, Dawson? Yep. We did this concrete here. But this little addition part of the garage shed workshop, the wall kicked out, and probably the blocks aren't filled. So we're going to come back in a couple weeks or a week, whatever, and get started on this one. And we're going to pull that wall in and take that out and pour a footing, do something. We're going to do something similar. and fix this whole back side, and then the homeowner wants to vinyl stop this portion to match the house up there. So we did the J, that caps off, and then on the bottom I'm not worried about a rat stop because they can't go up behind the sheathing, do anything anyway. So this is going to waterproof it. Let's go down and get all this junk debris out of here, Dawson. And we're all finished back here. And you look down these screw lines. See how fussy I am? We got them straight, don't we, D?
Pretty straight.
Yeah, they're like within a quarter. I wouldn't even say a quarter, within an eighth, because I marked them all. And it's pretty nice. Probably these will be loosening up, and then we'll probably put a J channel to end this material and start his vinyl. The only color he has in the garage is white, and I think his siding's going to be that tan. So it looks stupid if I threw a white on there. So we're going to leave it off for now. Then this will probably get Tyvek. We're going to try to wrench the wall out about flush, and this should work pretty good, but we're not doing it yet. We're just going to put our last sheathing on, see what this looks like, right, D? There's our last piece of sheathing. Not too much of an angle. Sometimes the longer sheathing nails will come out the edge if you're too sharp of an angle, but then we're gonna come back and fix this wall. But you see how our steel runs down past the sheathing, so water won't wick and come back up. So this should last another 100 years. That's about what the aegis is. Some of these buildings in town are pretty old, aren't they, D? I don't know. I think it was settled 1800s. So that's what she looks like from the inside. How many inches was that? We wrote, well, you can see the numbers on the rafter there. We got, what, 92, 94. They're all over the place. And I think it dropped down to 89 or something. So it had a big belly in it. And you look at this header, which is a shame they have a separation in the middle, but you can see that has a little belly to it. But we formed our concrete level, and I measured left and right, and it's exactly the same. It was like, what, 94? And so when we jacked it up, this whole plane is 94 now. And our sheathing goes down past 2 inches. So everything lines up really nice. Tightens this garage up. Should last another 100 years. And if he wants to insulate it, they're going to fit in all nice. And then the last one, he can rip one in half, fit in there. And not too bad. We got about 3 days labor. We had to do the forms. And first day we demoed. The second day we did the form in concrete. We skipped a day to let it harden. And then this is our final day. And I'll show you on the outside when we're finished. But this is well worth doing. Kind of need to be done. If he parks his Cadillac in here and it fell down with the snow, that would be a bummer. So this is going to last. So here's the separation part. And that's our finished product. It looks pretty good. Nice and straight. Looks good. Come back. We got to fix all this soffit anyway. So we're going to put up all the same thing. Looks like one extra rafter tail's got to be cut off.
Did you show him the vinyl siding?
I did on the house a little, but this is the color he wants. This is on the end of the building. He wants to finish it on around. So he thought because the snow gets trapped in there and dripping off the roof, that'd be best product, which it's better than vinyl. So we'll probably finish this video out here. Not too bad for 3 days work, right, D? We're just going to hang up his old ladders back up on here and call it a day, call it a weekend. It's Friday night. Friday night fish fry. That'd be nice. Take care, guys. See you soon.